Back to breaking news in Northeast Minneapolis. Right now, fire crews are investigating a deadly duplex fire from overnight.
They say it started just after 11 o'clock. Here's a map of where the scene is near 22nd Avenue Northeast and Highway 65. Audrey Russo's live there right now to tell us what she's learned.
Into what caused the fire in this duplex behind me that caused the death of an adult man. You can see the window is boarded up at this point in the morning. Take a look at this video. This is what our cameras captured when they arrived on scene overnight. They saw ambulances as well as the fire department. Fire officials tell us they got the call just after 11:15. They found fire on the first and second floor towards the front of the duplex. And when firefighters entered, they pretty quickly found the adult male who was then pronounced dead.
Because of the volume of fire and the conditions in that the room of origin, it was determined that that victim was non-viable. Conditions and just the condition of the victim.
Now, they described that room as the room of origin for the fire, but they didn't say exactly how it started and why the victim wasn't able to escape. Those are, of course, details that will have to be teased out over the course of the investigation. Fire officials did say that 3 other folks lived in this house that they describe as a rooming house. Those 3 displaced men are now receiving help from the Red Cross. Back to you.
Audrey, thank you. We have new court documents into the newsroom this morning detailing why Adam Fravel believes he deserves a new trial.
He was convicted in the death of Maddie Kingsbury last November. Kingsbury, the mother of their 2 children, went missing in March of 2023 near Winona. Her body was later found in June just north of Mabel. Michelle Beck has been going through the documents overnight and joins us in the newsroom with more. Michelle.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Adam Fravel was convicted, then sentenced to life in December. But his story in court isn't over just yet. He is now appealing. Reverse Fravel's convictions and give him a new trial. That's what a public defender says on Fravel's behalf. Writing in these new papers, his trial included a number of so-called issues. Examples include how during court proceedings, the judge allowed, quote, hearsay, as well as unreliable expert evidence about patterns of domestic abuse. Again, all according to the appellant's claims. More claims here that prosecutors misled the jury and the medical examiner at trial suggested Fravel intended to kill Maddie Kingsbury. Okay, so what happens next? From additional papers I found, it's mostly administrative for now. The clerk of appellate courts gave the Winona County District Court till next week to send things over, including exhibits and all transcripts. Jason.
All right, interesting new developments there. Michelle Beck reporting live from the newsroom. Thank you. 2 brothers wanted in connection to a home invasion and kidnapping in Washington County last Friday are in Texas this morning, awaiting extradition to Minnesota. The men, both in their 20s, were found in Waller County, Texas, outside of Houston. They're accused of holding a family hostage at gunpoint and in the process stealing at least $72,000 in cryptocurrency from them. The family wasn't physically hurt during the break-in. There's no word on when the men will come back to Minnesota.
Happening in 3 hours, the suspect charged in the shooting death of a St. Olaf football player will be in court today for the first time. Terrell Anthony Ramsey was charged with multiple crimes, including second-degree unintentional murder. A criminal complaint says he shot and killed Matthew Lee and injured another person at a home in South St. Paul. Ramsey's being held at the Dakota County Jail. He'll appear before a judge at 9 o'clock in Hastings.
This morning, a woman is facing the first charges in a massive autism center fraud investigation in Minnesota. The acting U.S. attorney says it could end up being even bigger than the Feeding Our Future scheme. 28-year-old Asha Hassan is charged with wire fraud, accused of stealing $14 million. Court documents say she paid parents to sign up for her clinic, Smart Therapy, for services they didn't need, and employed unqualified relatives. Hassan is also tied to the Feeding Our Future fraud case, accused of running a fake meal site. Right now, she is not in custody. A court hearing is expected in the coming weeks.
Right now, a 27-year mission to free a Minnesota man convicted of murder is nearly over. You can see here Brian Pippett's family embracing after the Pardons Board commuted his sentence. Now, Pippett has insisted all along he did not kill an Aiken County convenience store owner back in 1998. Just enough members of the board finally agreed, including Governor Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison, voting to set him free. The local sheriff in Aitkin County, though, is fighting the move and wrote a lengthy letter detailing why. Pippett will likely get out by the end of the year. He's expected to be moved to a minimum security prison, I should say, until then.
We're live from Washington, D.C. this morning at 6:07, just 5 days ahead of a deadline to avoid a government shutdown. The White House now threatening mass firings if that happens. The Budget Office is telling federal agencies to prepare for that scenario with instructions to target programs they are not legally required to continue. Meanwhile, House and Senate leaders on both sides of the aisle can't seem to come to an agreement here. Funding for the government is scheduled to run out at 11:59 p.m. on September 30th.